and chicken pox and all that.
Or the COVID vaccine, I should say. And I said about the COVID vaccine because I was just about to type in a chat. When I worked for a company named Nextiva, we provided SaaS telecommunication services for a medical facility that was actually making the Moderna vaccine. And the owner of that facility, who was a doctor himself, told me directly that he wouldn't even take the vaccine. And that it was just a money grab. He said he was making $1.2 million a month off of the creation of that vaccine.
Doesn't surprise me. Steve, guys.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Certainty a question because the title of the room, and he bring up an excellent question. What is considered safe? My understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is that over 98% of the people who took the vaccine had no ill effects except for possibly 2 or 3 days, temporary swelling and or very minimal symptoms. I wanted to know what you consider to be safe. Thank you.
That's a great question. Well, first and foremost, I'm no doctor, right? But I would assume that the longer you test something, the more you know how safe it is. So, for example, I've seen research papers on, Gatorade in the 70s and 80s when it was first put on in the supermarkets, and Gatorade at that time only contained sugar and juice. But now, if you look at what's in Gatorade, there's about 20 ingredients in that actual substance, right? So anything that can't be tested or proven, I would consider unsafe, which is about 85% of the food in our supermarket.
Just one follow-up question that I'm going to go on mute. So does that mean, in your mind, if over 98% of the population have no ill effects, does that mean that it's safe? Or is it possible that if 1 to 2% do have ill effects, it's not safe? What's your take?
Let me reiterate, because I think you lost me. You said if 98% of the population had no ill effects, then does that mean it's safe? Is that what you said?
Yes, and not only did I say that, but the statistics prove time and time again that when it comes to the COVID vaccine, over 98% of the people that took it had no ill effects. Does that mean in your mind that it's safe or no?
If those numbers are correct, that would mean that it's safe. But I'll tell you this, when I lived in Arizona, and I still have a property there, I knew several nurses who were working, at different hospitals in the area, and they were saying that they were, just marking folks down with death by COVID that weren't dying from COVID. They literally had other underlying issues that could have actually caused their deaths. Now, could this be true? Could this be hearsay? We don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yo, Sid, come up. I have one question for you. I know you may not be in a position to talk, but I just have a question for you if you can come up.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Sig is on stage. Sig, what a pleasure it is to see you on a Friday morning. You son of a gun, you, in more than a clubhouse way. I fucking love you. JB, I'm sorry, I just had to...
I hope you feel better. You got it off your chest. Good morning, Sig. How you doing, my man?
Oh, shit. Good morning. Hey, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, sir.
Loud and clear, baby.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna...
Good to see you too, brother.
So I'm going to do something right now, Sig, that you never in your lifetime thought you would see. You ready? Watch this. Hold on. Let's do this. Boom. What do you think about that, Sig?
Wow. Look at that, man. Look at that. See, I told you having these conversations brings us closer together.
Those be fighting green beans.
Well, listen. I still think he's a moron sometimes. But let him be our moron at least. How about that, Sig?
You know what though? Here's the no. He's an honest moron. He's an integral.
I'm
moron.
retarded.
Yeah, the same thing with me. I'm retarded as fuck too. I say some
We're
dumb
all
shit.
retarded.
Yeah, I say some dumb shit. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'd rather rock with an honest moron than a deceitful intellect, man, a dishonest intellect. So it is what it is. But I don't think Keegan's a moron, though. In my personal opinion, I don't think Keegan's a moron. Keegan's a very smart young man, and I think a lot of Americans could use him as an example on how to live, a productive, peaceful life.
I just like his dog and his PTR. But that's the only compliment I'm going to give him today. So I'm going to do a quick reset, guys. This is how the debates. Somehow we went down a rabbit hole of are vaccines safe? Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Jennifer. Cindy, I see you. Kelly in the house. Jane, great PTR. You look great. Sue, how you doing? Guys, if you have a pink ticket, please cash it in. We're talking vaccines today. The only vaccine I've ever taken that's really, fucked me up, where I was sick for days, was when I took the shingles vaccine. That thing put me on my ass. But my doctor, these doctors, they love to fearmonger. You have to get it. You got to that age where, shingles can make you go blind. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go blind. Give me the shot.
JB, I took the flu vaccine over 10 years ago. It got me sicker than the flu ever did. I swore I'd never take it again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Look, get it, Alfonso.
Yeah, another question. If you were in a position, or anyone, where you needed to help people negotiate whether people should be forced to have a vaccine, so pro-vaxxers and anti-vaxxers, how do you think you would mediate that situation? What do you see as a tools for us to assess and to be critical about each other and ourselves? Do you think there's a bit of a formula there?
Alfonso, honestly, I have no idea. I just know I can't convince. I'm not going to change anybody's opinion or mine. I've been on this app 5 years. I gave up about 3 years ago trying to change people's opinions or minds. Keegan's a staunch anti-vaxxer, right? I am certain vaccines I think should be mandatory. I know for a fact I can sit on the stage with Keegan for the next 2 years every day. I'm not changing his mind.
So the question is more, how would you moderate, how would you facilitate the debate? But you're not going to be convincing anyone, but what tools do you think you have to give the most objective approach to assessing which vaccines and whether they're going to help society or not, and whether people who refuse vaccines are going to have an impact on people who are vaccinated and have fear?
Alfonso, I got to be honest with you. If you're asking that to me, I can't answer it because I'm going to be honest. I'm not objective. I believe what I believe and very rarely leave my square. If you want to ask somebody maybe like Certainty or Sig or Keegan or Steve or even this moron next to you, cool C, be my guest. But I can't.
What are the tools that you use to try and get closer to objective? Nobody's objective. We're all subjective. I think there's better informed subjective. And
well, here's the deal, Alfonso. Let's say there's a vaccine for allergies to apples, right? I don't know, and it's going to cure it. I can come with all the data and stats I want, but then again, data and stats are misleading. Who's putting those out? Is it the drug companies that's doing it? So for me, it's just like, all I can do is curate a space and give people a chance to say what they have to say. I'm not changing anybody's mind, but before we continue on, hold on, Certainty, let me just say good morning to Chris real quick, and I'll come back to you. Chris, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I love y'all, what y'all sharing. Most people, if you do your due diligence, I know the vaccines was promoted high but most people have a weak immune system because they're not providing their bodies with the proper nutrition and water and things that it needs. So, and when people get sick, a lot of times, you know, that their bodies wasn't at top peak. And if people be honest with yourself, you know, only you know what you're doing. You don't have to ask anybody else. But you know if you're putting the proper nutrition into your body, the proper water, are you drinking about half your body's weight in good clean water every day? Are you putting the fruits and vegetables into your body? All, and even in your mind, protecting your mind with good positive stuff, all that helps as far as being well. But most people are not. You know, I'm in the real estate wellness business, and it says only 3% of everyone in the United States lead a wellness lifestyle. And this has nothing to do with money. We're talking about from the poorest to the richest. Even because you have a lot of money, still don't lead you to a wellness lifestyle. Because we can look at all the people that went in front of us, you know, who passed away, who had millions and trillions of dollars. So they could get a nurse or a nutritionist to live in their backyard, but that wasn't a priority. So you have to really be honest with me, myself. I have never taken any medication, and I haven't taken any shots since when we was in school. It was mandatory to take those shots to go back to school, but I haven't taken any shot. And I really believe